Hey everybody, long time no see. This is Caitlin, your favorite Michigan girl, wannabe Mandalorian Jedi and Marvel superhero, and Disney star. Just kidding. I am back, you guys. It's been so long. It's been like 3 weeks, and kind of a good excuse. Funny story. Well, not so much funny as in, oh my god, I can't believe this happened to me. So, gonna be a little bit depressing, so if you want to skip this video, feel free to skip this video. I will try not to make it too depressing, just kind of the foibles of life. So, Christmas was a few weeks ago, and I got an unexpected Christmas gift for the year. Actually, everybody in my family got an unexpected Christmas gift. This was a Christmas gift that we did not want, that nobody wants. You guys, we got COVID-19 for Christmas. I laugh now and I shouldn't laugh because it is a very serious illness, and I saw the different ways it kind of manifests within my own family. But yeah, that is what happened. We actually got COVID-19 for Christmas. In fact, my video that I posted of us going to Huckleberry Crossroads Village and Huckleberry River to see the Christmas lights, and then my recap review of the rescue of the Mandalorian. I had been exposed to COVID, and I probably had COVID. So basically, how I ended up getting COVID-19 was, as you guys, I don't know how much I've talked about this, but I have been hugely, like, very much following all the regulations and rules and guidelines, because my mom is high risk. My mom has blood pressure and diabetes. So I was very much, I do not want her to get sick. Her health has not always been the greatest. So I've always been focused. So as soon as this happened, they said, okay, wear a mask. I was wearing a mask before anybody else in my family was wearing a mask. Like, I made really bad masks. There were like bandanas tied over my face. And then I got nice masks. But I have been like, wearing a mask almost anytime I can, like in my apartment when I go out into the hallways. Like if I go do laundry, I'll wear a mask to do laundry, because it's downstairs in the basement of an apartment complex. So I will wear a mask like anytime I'm going out in public. It's really just become this thing, like I have a mask. So I've been wearing masks. I have been taking vitamin C. Like my mom got vitamin C gummies, and we've been taking vitamin C gummies, washing our hands, using hand sanitizer. I work at Bath and Body Works, so I currently have a, if I can grab it, a candy dish. Well, I got this from Sam's Club. This was full of hand sanitizer that I'm almost out of, so I moved it to a different location. But I have this full of Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer because I have to have it for work, like literally it's part of our uniform. So I have a ton. So I've been using hand sanitizer, washing my hands, trying to maintain social distance as best as I can. Not the easiest where I work. But my parents have also been following all the rules. They work at Walmart, trying to maintain social distance, wearing a mask. My mom has been very, like cracking down on people, wear your mask, and like following all the rules. And unfortunately, we don't know what happened, but my parents do think it was them. I also think it was partly me. I work at a mall. That's where my Bath and Body Works is located, is at a mall. So my parents and I both working in retail. That means the three of us are kind of at a high risk for exposure. I think one of the first few weeks we opened back up, a lady came in after she had a COVID-19 test, showing symptoms of COVID-19 to shop when she wasn't wearing a mask. So, so where we work was kind of exposed. So basically what happened is my dad had been sick for a few weeks, like on and off type sick, and he had gone to the doctors once. And depending on where you go to the doctors here in Midland, and for a while even like the hospital and stuff, they were only testing you if you showed like almost all the signs of COVID. Like if you were showing like one or two of the signs, most of these places weren't testing you. So my dad went to a doctor, and they didn't test him for COVID. In fact, they never brought up the possibility that he might have COVID. They just told my dad it was a cold. So my dad was going to work with COVID-19 because he was not tested, and they did not even offer to test it. And so my dad went to work with COVID-19. He was sick with it when we went to go see the Christmas lights. And then the following week, that following Friday, we actually got together as a family because we like to go to Sam's Club, and my dad will come with us. So we went and drove down to Mount Pleasant to Sam's Club, and we were with my dad, who at this point was kind of feeling really sick again. And like we did not know my dad that had been sick. Like we knew he'd been sick, but it wasn't like he was like just complaining, muscle ache, stuff like that. But since the first doctor he went to didn't test him or even offer to test him or even raise a possibility, we did not know. We had zero clue. And then Saturday night, so this is the week before Christmas. So Saturday, which I think was the 19th. Yeah, Christmas Eve was a Thursday. So I think the 19th. I don't remember. I was diagnosed on Wednesday, so Wednesday was the 23rd. Monday, yeah, the Saturday the 19th. So my mom got out of work, and she came home, and she changes, and she tells my brother and I she's taking our dad to the emergency room because he is really sick. So she takes my dad to the emergency room, and she says she knew instantly that he probably had COVID because they pulled my dad into a separate waiting room to isolate him from everybody else. They gave my dad a test, and my dad tested positive for COVID-19, which immediately meant my mom, my brother, and I had to go into quarantine because we had been exposed multiple times with him. My brother and I twice. But luckily the doctor said at this point my dad was probably not contagious anymore and that he was at the tail end of COVID-19 because he had already had it. But nevertheless, they put my dad on like 3 types of medication, including a steroid. And my dad was immediately told that he had to go back to his apartment, which my dad lives by himself, and just isolate. So my mom had to drive my dad home, come home and tell my brother and I that except for us going out to get food and medicine, we were on lockdown. So I called my store, Bath & Body Works, the other day, and I said, hey, my dad tested positive for COVID-19, so I'm under lockdown. So that was Saturday night. My dad tested positive. We kind of went into quarantine, but because my dad has nobody to support him, my mom was still going out and buying him groceries and getting his medicine, and we were still going out and getting groceries and stuff, trying to minimize our contact. But the way quarantine works is you're still allowed to go out to get supplies and medicine and doctor's visits, so that's basically what we're doing. We didn't leave for anything else. Basically just getting food, dropping stuff off at my dad's, and going home. So Monday comes, and my brother, who had been feeling sick, and he says, I don't feel well. My mom says, okay, I'll take you to the ER. So my brother goes to the ER. They do like 3 different types of tests, including a COVID rapid test, a regular COVID test, and a strep test because his throat was hurting. And my mom comes home with the news that my brother tested positive for COVID-19. So Saturday, my dad tested positive. Monday, my brother tested, and I'm sitting there going, oh, shoot. Because I had been feeling sick. Saturday, Friday on our way down to Sam's Club, I felt really nauseous. And it's weird for me to feel like really upset, want to vomit nauseous. But I chalked that up to have been watching a show on my tablet, which is really weird. Then Tuesday and Wednesday and part of Monday, in the morning, I woke up and I just felt like I could not eat. And I thought that was because my mom had added on to us taking zinc and vitamin D along with vitamin C. And I don't drink a lot of water in the morning because if I drink water on an empty stomach, I get really, really, I want to throw up sick. So I thought it was that. Also, I was at the start of my cycle. I know, gross. But part of the symptoms of my cycle is I will sometimes get a really bad headache. I will sometimes get nauseous. And I literally thought that those 2 symptoms, because I only had them, like the headache I had for a day, and then the nausea kind of lingered for a couple days. I just thought that was part of my cycle. And then I had been feeling cold, and my room was not the best heated, so I thought that was it. And then I started getting so that was it. I thought it was my cycle and the temperature of my room. Even though I knew my brother's been exposed to COVID, my dad has COVID, my brother and my dad have COVID, there's a chance I have COVID. But in my mind, oddly enough, COVID-19 was the last thing I was thinking about. Then comes Tuesday night into Wednesday. I started getting a scratchy throat, and I started getting a slight cough and congestion. And I woke up Wednesday morning. I could barely finish my breakfast. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I just feel horrible. I go out to the living room, which is where my mom sleeps, and she sees me and she goes, and she looks at me and I just say, I think I should go get tested. So December 23rd, my mom puts me in the van and we go to urgent care, which we just flooded this past summer, so the urgent care location is closed because it flooded. So they moved into the main hospital, and I go in, the lady's like, are you here for urgent care? Yes. What are you here for? COVID? And she says, okay, call this number and they will tell you what to do. So I called this number, get back in the van, call the number. They have us go into the garage, at the parking garage, and park and let them know where we are. They come out, they take my temperature. The weird thing is my brother and I were not running temperatures. My brother and I never ran a fever with COVID. That is something to be aware of. Everybody says with COVID-19 fever. Here's the thing. My brother and I never ran a fever with COVID-19. I don't even think my mom ran a fever with COVID-19. My dad did, but my mom, my brother, and I, we never ran a fever with COVID. So we did not have that symptom, oddly enough. So we did not have a fever. So just be aware of that if you don't have a fever, that does not mean you don't have COVID, if that's what you think. So they said, okay, we'll get you tested, because I said I got congestion and a scratchy throat, and my brother had been, I said my dad's tested positive, my brother just tested positive. I kind of think I have it, I'm not sure. So they say, okay, we'll get you tested, which the test everybody is nervous about, which it's not painful. I was nervous about getting the COVID-19 test. But I will say it was not painful. It was a weird, uncomfortable feeling. So the COVID test, I don't know if it's the same. The COVID test they gave me, the swab looked like a white mascara brush. That's how I described it. I told my boss that, and she's like, really? And I go, yeah, it looked like a white mascara brush. They stick it up my nose, and everybody's like, it goes really far up your nose. With me, I don't think it goes as far as people think. With me, it went up to like here. So I didn't really get like, everybody's like, oh, it's in your brain. No, I've had stuff stuffed into my nose, into my brain before. That is not what that felt like. But they did it to here, and then they turn it, and that's when it felt like, it was weird because it was like bristles, so it felt like it was tickling my nose, but it was burning at the same time. That is the uncomfortable part. It's a weird, kind of odd feeling. Then they said because of the holiday, I'd get my test results back in like 4 to 5 days, but to act like I have COVID-19. So thankfully, I had the entire week off from work because I was supposed to work that Monday. But my mom's like, okay, we'll go get some stuff. So we go to the store, pick up some more stuff, and then we head home. And with my brother and my dad, they put them on steroids. And my dad had like a couple other medications, and then my brother just has steroids. With me, when I got my COVID test done, the nurse was like, just take Mucinex. Because my symptoms were congestion and like a cough. Like Mucinex DM. That's what they told me to take. So my dad and my brother got prescriptions. I got Mucinex DM over the counter. Like literally, that is what I was told to take. So I started taking Mucinex. Next day is Christmas Eve. You know, I have not felt any fatigue. I still have an appetite. The congestion, like literally, that was the worst part for me. But I did not have a bad cough. You know, I felt completely normal. Like I said, save for the congestion. I still did yoga every day. Like I did not stop doing yoga like 3 times a day. I was still doing that. I was still playing Sotar. I was still like doing everything. And then Christmas Eve, about close to 2 o'clock, I get the call. I get notified that my test results are in, and I did test positive for COVID. So I got COVID-19 on Christmas Eve. So yeah, I just laugh now because it's not the first time I've been sick on Christmas Eve. I have like this history of getting sick around Christmas Eve. Like I had a really bad fever one year around Christmas. I had an ingrown toenail removed, and the medicine they gave me an allergic reaction. So I was in the ER the week of Christmas getting checked out. So I have a history of getting sick around Christmas time. So yeah, I got COVID-19 for Christmas. At this point, my mom was feeling horribly sick, and I was looking at her, and she was just sitting there coughing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think mom has COVID. I actually told her, like, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, I looked at her and go, Mom, I'm pretty sure you have COVID-19. And she's like, I probably do. Christmas Day comes. It's very subdued. My mom feels very guilty because she didn't finish buying us all our Christmas presents. Nothing's really wrapped. And we're like, it's fine. It's okay. It's totally, we'll do something else. She's already said we're going to do birth myths this year. We're going to have, like, what we should have done for Christmas for our birthdays. So that's what we're doing. But then Christmas Day night comes, and my mom is just feeling miserable and worse. And finally, my mom breaks down, and she goes to the ER, and she gets tested. And worst nightmare scenario for me at that time, my mom did test positive for COVID-19. Worst nightmare scenario because, like I said, she has diabetes and she has high blood pressure. So, was not happy. They did not put her on any medication. What they did is they gave her a phone number to call for a clinic that is doing a experimental IV infusion that is FDA approved. Like FDA is overseeing it and everything for people who are high risk, who have diabetes, who have high blood pressure, to see if this infusion will keep them out of hospital. And so far, it's been working. So Monday, December 27th, my mom called the clinic. They got her in. So my mom went in for like 3 or 4 hours to get an IV infusion done. And actually it really helped her. She still felt really sick for a while. She had the fatigue, like she was really tired and slept a lot. But she was really, she felt it, she was stayed out of hospital. She got it took her a while to get better, but she did get better. We're all better now. So we're all cleared. I actually went back to work last Monday. So I've been back. So I went back to work last Monday, was my first day back. My mom is back at work. My dad is back at work. Well, my dad got a virus, so he is off work for another week. Not COVID related, something else. But yeah, that it was different seeing it. Like my mom, I think, was the sickest out of all of us. She and my dad both had the fatigue. My brother kind of had the fatigue. Like I said, my mom, my brother, and I never ran the fever. My brother had like a scratchy throat and a cough, and then I just had a cough and congestion. And for me, the congestion was the worst part because it just built and built and built, and it got to the point where I couldn't wear my glasses. I was getting headaches, and the congestion was the worst part. But then the congestion lasted for, I want to say, like 3 days, and then it just started to clear up. And so I was pretty much, I think I was down. I wasn't even really down, but I felt miserable for like 3 or 4 days, and then I was back to normal. And that just goes to show you how different, and just looking at my family, you can see how different COVID-19 is compared to my mom and my dad, who got it like the worst, and my brother and I, who got it, and my brother was somewhat affected, and then me, I really wasn't affected by it. So that is like different. Like COVID-19 is different for different people. It was not a fun experience. I will say that it sucks, and it sucks now because we found out that my family who lives in Kentucky, my aunt Chris, she was in the hospital recently with COVID. She got out, but she has had COVID. And then we found out over the past like 2 or 3 days, my grandma Sharon, my mom's mom, she is in the hospital. She has COVID-19 pneumonia, a UTI, and she fell. So my grandma's in the hospital. And then last night we learned that my mom's half brother, my Uncle Robert, who lives with Grandma Sharon, he is now in the hospital for COVID pneumonia as well. So this is not fun. People should not be taking this lightly. You can call out like you're losing your freedom's being stealing away, but this is not fun. I feel so incredibly lucky that I got through it with like nothing. Like literally I was ready to go. I just was like, I was ready. I was healthy. I felt fine most of the time. Like I said, I was lucky. My family was lucky. My mom was. I feel so lucky that my mom did not get sick, like really really sick, like in the hospital sick. Like we were so afraid that she was gonna have to go to the hospital, and she didn't. So I feel so blessed and so lucky that my immediate family, we weathered COVID-19 and we came out of it and we're fine. And now I have 2 relatives in the hospital with COVID-19 pneumonia, whom they have been very much strictly isolating because of my grandma, of them being high risk and their age. So COVID-19 is not a joke, people. Take it very seriously. And this was not supposed to be depressing, and it is. But yeah, that's what happened to me. That's kind of why I didn't really do anything. I was not going to do a 2020 year in review simply because 2020 sucked. And I did not want to dwell on all the bad stuff that happened. And so I wasn't going to post a review, but I was going to like talk about it and my expectations for 2021. But unfortunately I wasn't able to do that because I just didn't, I had the COVID-19, and though I was doing well, I'm like, I don't think I really want to do a video, so that's why. So this is my video experience with COVID-19. Like I said, I am back to being healthy. I am still losing weight. Actually, I always say, while I was sick with COVID, I actually got down to 177. I'm back up to like 180, between 180 and 183 right now. But that's something that we'll work on. I have already run a 5K. I signed up to do the Foolish Mortals 5K through Run Buena Vista, and I did that over 2 days because it is cold and icy and snowy in Michigan. So I've already done my first 5K of the year. I am signed up for 2 more races so far this year. I will be doing the Star Wars Rival Run 5K and 10K in April because this year they decided to put them do them virtually. So I signed up for both of those, and I will be doing those the weekend between April 15th and April 19th is when I will be doing those 2 races, which I'm really excited about. My first 10K. I can't wait to do it. I am back at work, like I said. I am so happy I am back at work. It's kind of been nice. I am going full steam ahead with school, you guys. I'm so proud of myself. I made Dean's List for the fall semester, so yay! My final grades for the fall semester ended up being 3 A's and a B, and it's really awesome because the B was in my Introduction to Statistics class, which I thought 100% without a doubt I was going to fail because I have dyscalculia, and that is, they call it math dyslexia. It's a little bit worse, and I thought for sure there was no way I was going to make it. But I did. I passed. I got a B. I got an 85% in that class. And then one of my classes that I got an A in, I got an A with a 99%. I almost got a full score, a full 100% in my professional selling class. So I made Dean's List, got 3 A's and a B. So yay! I'm so proud of myself. I'm doing really well. Winter semester started this past week. It started on the 11th. And right now I'm doing Intro to Data Analytics and Digital Marketing. And so I am really excited. I'm kind of nervous about both those classes because data analytics is using SPSS software to do statistics and statistical analysis, but I don't think I have to do any math. Thank you, Jesus. But that is a full semester class, and then my digital marketing class is a 7-week course. So cross my fingers, I nail it. And the next session, which will start in March, I will be doing, like I said, I will still be doing intro to data analytics. But I will also be doing a econ class and a marketing services class. So I will be doing 3 classes at once, which I am actually thinking about leaving Bath and Body Works so I can focus on those. In particular, because coming up, I am still hunting for an internship, you guys. I am still looking for a marketing internship. I had interviewed for one with a company called Perigo, and unfortunately it did not pan out. So I have an interview next Tuesday with one called Living in Luxury Beauty Spa that is down in the southern part of the state. I'm hoping I get this one. It sounds like it'd be mostly remote, but I would have to drive down once a week, and that's like a almost 2-hour drive both ways, but I can do it. I just need to get a car, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, my life is moving forward. I'm super excited. Tomorrow, WandaVision starts. So I'm really excited. I actually got all my homework for this week done almost. I have one last thing I need to do for digital marketing, but I can't do it because it's a group assignment. So I need all my group to get in. And only 2 of us have done anything so far for it. So yeah, there's that. Also, you guys, hopefully everything goes back to normal because look what I got for Christmas. This is one of the Christmas presents my mom got me. It's a beginning. I'm calling it my beginner vlogging camera. I told my mom I wanted a vlogging camera. Like, this is okay for when I'm home doing stuff like this, but I wanted something for when we go on the road, for when we're doing trips. So this is what she got me. It's I don't know what it is. It's a camera, is what it is. So this is the vlogging camera she got me, which I'm loving, because I very specifically said a vlogging camera, and so I got a vlogging camera, so I'm super excited. Like I said, it's just a really kind of beginner one, because I don't want to invest a lot of money in it, and I'm glad she got me this one. So yeah, my brother turns 30 next week, and I will be 33 17 days after him. So that is what happened to me in my 3-week hiatus. I got COVID, I got better, I started school, I'm back working. WandaVision starts tomorrow, and I'm still not sure if I'm going to do what I did with The Mandalorian and recap the episodes for WandaVision. Part of the reason for that is I have not really read the comics for Marvel. That is still something I'm working on, is getting more into comics. And I feel like with these shows, there might be a lot of references to the comics that I'm not going to get because I haven't read them. So I'm not sure. I might do a trial run and see how it goes. So I'm going to get going because it is a speedway day and I still want to do yoga before I head over. So I will talk to you guys later. Stay safe, stay sane. I am sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.